Hey guys, Tim Budd here at the Toronto Tool Library, and I am here with a longtime maker in the space, Kyle. It's been a little while since we've had you here, Kyle.
Absolutely.
I thought you're doing some pretty interesting stuff. Maybe you could give a little update to everybody, especially our guys from the Junior World Builders. Everybody's missing you, man. What have you been up to?
Yeah, so for the past 3.5 months now, pretty much, I've been at school learning firefighting. Um,
Nice.
this week we've been doing our live burns. We're just sort of wrapping up the program.
Wait, back it up. Live burns sounds pretty interesting. What is
Yeah.
that?
So for the majority of the program, we're in class learning theory, and then we go and practice that theory, whether it's auto extrication or hazardous materials and stuff like that. But
So like when you say auto extrication, that's like uh car accidents, like
yeah, so it's taking the really big, the cutters and the spreaders are what most people know them as, which is the jaws of life.
yeah.
We take those and we can cut the roof off of cars, remove doors. Um,
Would you say that your experience with cutting support material out of 3D prints is helping you cut?
you know what? Honestly, I hadn't thought of that before, but I wouldn't say it's hurting me right now.
Uh,
um, Definitely, removing material in weird spots under weird angles. It
yeah.
does help to have sort of an eye for maneuvering tools around in those areas. But yeah, back to the whole thing. We're wrapping up the program, so our final 3 weeks are live burn weeks. So we actually our Monday we set cars on fire. They get a bunch of
And
old
that's
cars, and
Monday.
yeah, that's just Monday.
Wow.
And then for the rest of the week, they have a big concrete building, and we set up hay bales and skids, and we burn them all. And
Wow.
we go through and
Like inside the building?
inside the building.
Wow. And you go in there.
We go in there as
Oh,
teams of between teams of 3 and 6, which is what we're at right now.
man.
And we search for these little dummies we set up as victims and put out the fires.
And you wear all the gear and
Oh yeah,
everything, and wow. That's exciting.
it's been amazing.
That is not your typical school.
No.
That is very cool. So then what happens after that? I understand you're looking to stay involved with the program.
Yeah. So one of the really nice things that the school offers is a mentorship program. So for the students that have just finished one of their programs, they can reapply as a mentor and stay on for another 4 months.
Yeah.
And you get to assist the program that's going to be running next with every single thing they do, whether that's acting as a patient for their the medical portion of the program, or um, being a safety supervisor for the burns.
I see you on that one.
I can see
I
myself
could see you
there.
doing that.
That's definitely something I'm interested in for sure. But they get a whole lot of freedom in the space. They get to practice on all of the props and all the tools, even some of the stuff that's a little bit more risky. They get to interact really closely with the fire department in the area,
Oh, that's
which is
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
For just so you know, I mean, we're on the property of Pearson Airport, and they have their own fantastic fire department up there.
Oh,
So
that's good to
so
know.
we get to yeah, right. They're striving to be the best airport in the world, and one of the things they're really excelling at right now is fire prevention and fire safety. So they get to interact really closely. A lot of their members come down as instructors for us.
So when you apply, like, is there any opportunity for you to show that you did like mentorship through the Makerspace? Is that something they
Yeah,
might
I had my
consider?
interview on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my interview on Thursday, and conveniently, a lot of the questions related really well back to my experiences here. There was questions about tool repair. I was able to say, oh yeah, I've literally made parts for tools.
That yes,
You
we have
can't get much.
videos of that.
We do. We can't
Yeah.
get much better than that. And questions about teaching. 4
Yeah.
years of experience easily.
Yeah.
So, you know, it
That's
relates
very cool.
really, really well back to what I've been doing here. And even just when it comes to the safety aspect of things,
Yeah.
you know, we're,
Well, I mean, this is an environment that has, like, you have to consider safety all the time.
yeah, both of these environments.
Yeah.
Here at the tool library, you know, it's a public space. People come in here all the time outside of, you know, COVID, and are given access to tools that are to some degree dangerous.
Yep.
And we have to make sure they're operating them safely. And it's the same thing when you go into a fire. You know, we have to make sure that all of our students who have never been in a fire before are able to operate in that environment safely, aren't,
Yeah.
you know, if you pull at your face piece, for example, you're letting smoke into your lungs.
Yeah, little things, eh?
Little things.
Yeah.
And we have to make sure that they're able to, you know, handle that stress and handle all of that, that responsibility really,
Yeah.
really responsibly.
That is very cool, man. That is very exciting. It's really nice to see that you're able to, you know, use what you've done in the Makerspace, carry that forward, but then also add on this whole other dimension of what you can do. That's very cool, and you know, saving people. That's a pretty good one.
That's what it comes down to.
That's hard to beat.
That's the goal of the service, right? Life safety, making sure people, number one, making sure people don't get into situations where their house gets on fire,
Yeah.
or they get into a car crash or whatever. But number two is, you know, if someone is in that situation, how do we get them out? How do we, you know, keep them safe, keep ourselves safe, keep the community at large safe?
Yeah. Now, one thing that I was a little disturbed about was to learn that there is, in fact, no firehouse dog at the fire stations. That is a myth.
Yeah.
And
you know what? I've actually learned some interesting things recently about that.
Oh yeah,
One of
is
our
it coming back?
it's not necessarily coming back, but one of the interesting things that we learned about, we have a fire history section in our lessons, because history is a really big thing in the fire service, and we did learn the application of dogs in the fire service, where the Dalmatian came from, why it was, you know, considered, you know, the fire dog.
Yeah.
And basically, Dalmatians are not actually that friendly.
Really?
And back in the,
The
old
movie's
days,
lying.
back in the old days when fire trucks were pulled by horses, the Dalmatians would run alongside the horse barking,
Oh.
get people out of the way, but they'd also stay and defend the fire truck because there were a lot of people that would come over and see a lot of metal and stuff they could steal.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah. So the dogs had three jobs: get traffic to move, keep the truck safe, and they're friends for the horses.
Wow.
They'd sleep in the stables. For
I
horses.
feel like those three things could still be, like, aside from horses.
Absolutely. You know?
2 out of 3 could still be applicable to that. Yeah, nice. Well, it's been fantastic having you in this space, Kyle. Always welcome, of course. And for everybody who's watching the video, especially, I hope you guys from the Junior World Builders, you'll be happy to hear what Kyle is up to. Everybody from the Minecraft camps that we've had over the last few years, they all know Kyle as well. It's pretty cool to see what he's doing these days. I think it's really exciting. Thanks again, Kyle.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.